In recent months, violent clashes erupted in southern Cameroon between the English-speaking Cameroonians and the government-led and predominantly French-speaking citizens from the north. In October 2017, the Anglophones declared an independent state they call Ambazonia, and the crisis escalated. Africa 54's Esther Githui-Ewart has a report on a Cameroonian who is seeking asylum in America.
Nwangu Tembei Deudone hails from Bamenda, the epicenter of the crisis in the Anglophone region of Cameroon. He first spoke to me on the telephone before we could get him to come to our studios on his one-year journey to escape death in his home country.
It took me almost 1 year from my date of departure to the day I successfully got into the United States, legally entered the border and went straight to immigration in San Diego in California.
His arrival in the U.S. was not easy. He says he walked from Cameroon to Nigeria, where he took a flight to Ecuador because Cameroonian passport holders can enter Ecuador visa-free. Even though he does not speak Spanish, his journey continued to Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico, and then to America. He tells me, like many from southern Cameroon, he was tortured by the military forces before being taken to a detention center.
They suspend you upside down. They put handcuffs in your hands and then pass your hands across your feet, and then the machine suspends you upside down so you cannot do anything because you're tied and suspended.
He was arrested 4 times, and to secure his freedom, he had to denounce the Southern Cameroon National Movement.
They forced us to sign a document that we will never be part of the Southern Cameroon's National Council movement again, or will never take part in anything that is against the government.
After a rigorous security check, we were finally able to get Nwangu into VOA headquarters here in Washington. I asked him why he was emotional.
These emotions is coming just from everywhere. My past situation and the present situation of my people who are actually on the ground. As we are talking right now, there is a life that has just been taken away as we are talking. This is fact.
The crisis in southern Cameroon continues with killings of civilians as well as security officers. Thousands of civilians continue to run for their safety as their houses are burned to the ground. I asked Nwangu what he thought was the real reason behind the crackdown.
To be honest, what I think they have as interest in their fight is just economics. Economics in terms of they have an eye on the raw materials. They have an eye on the cash crops. They have an eye on the potentials of the people. They have an eye on our intelligence.
You call it the nation of Ambazonia, but as far as the United Nations is concerned, Cameroon is one country.
The United Nations, they have a written document on that table. They know it clearly that the Southern Cameroon is a nation. But what brings tears down my face is why they don't want to talk.
But according to what we read in the history of how Cameroon came about, is the Southerners decided no, they did not want to join the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so yes, they chose to join Cameroon, knowing they speak English and the other part speaks French. What changed?
They joined La République du Cameroon not to be part of La République du Cameroon. As a federal nation, you manage your affairs, I manage my affairs. And then when we get strong in terms of our military power, economic, logistics, in everything, we are going to be able to stand on our own.
Last week, 1/3 of Cameroonian athletes attending the Commonwealth Games in Australia went missing. It is suspected they do not want to return to their politically divided country. Many Cameroonian religious leaders are calling for a frank and inclusive dialogue as a solution to the crisis. Esther Githui-Ewart, VOA News, Washington.